This is our second part.
Okay.
Okay, the question would be, do you feel like you've lost a lot of friends because of your seizures or romantic relationships?
I wouldn't necessarily say that I've lost a lot of romantic relationships because of it. I might have, but it wasn't necessarily knowing. If I have, they pushed me away unknowingly. I know that there were several different guys and stuff like that that called me fat and ugly and stuff like that behind my back, and really made me feel very low and very insecure. And I really had to lift myself up and make myself feel like a bigger person because of that, which really made me have to push past insecurities.
That was our next question. How do you feel with people judging your appearance because of your seizures, because of your medication, how you were saying your weight gain?
I've really had to push past insecurities because of medication and stuff like that, and that's been one of the hardest things for me, and one of the biggest breakdowns that I can have, because I'll be there, and I'll just be standing there and just feel like I can't get past it. It's hard to get past just having a body full of weight, and like how are you going to have somebody burn all of that off for you?
Okay, do you feel like there's a lack of information towards people with seizures?
Oh, definitely. I feel like that whenever you walk down the street, a lot of people don't realize how many people are actually looking at you that actually have seizures. Like, I know just down the road, my cousin, she has full-on seizures, and she'll just pass out.
Really?
Yes, and a lot of people don't even realize that. And she's just right around the block. And a lot of people don't even realize stuff like that,
Do you ever feel like people take advantage of your seizures? Like they want to make you feel less of yourself or just take advantage of the situation?
Absolutely. I know that there have been people in different communities and people that are trying to even be kind to me, that are trying to be loving and trying to lift me up and trying to make me feel like a bigger person. But like, I know that there was this one lady, she saw that I got a big black eye from one of my seizures, and so she bought me a big old face mask, and it was a science mask, and it actually keeps you from breathing unless you press like certain buttons and all of this stuff. And I'm like, and it's like a $5,000 mask or something like this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she bought me this.
Next question would be, what's one thing you would like people to know about seizures?
Well, I would like them to realize, that how much it is really it really is a burden on different people's families, but not necessarily because you're a burden, but because you are putting yourself down. You need to lift yourself up, and you need to be there for yourself and lift yourself up in joy and say, I am a strong person and I can do this stuff. I was chosen to do this. And it's so hard to say, I was chosen to have seizures. It's like that is one of the hardest things that I have seen in life to say, is to say, wow, like I was chosen to have seizures by the will of God, like, and I can go forward in that, in strength, and, like, people will not know it whenever I walk down the road. They won't know it whenever I walk down the road, and I'll be loving, and I'll do it in grace.
What type of seizures are there?
Well, I mean, there are the main two kinds that I've dealt with, are, petit mal and, absence.
Is there more seizures?
There are more, but at the moment, because I have brain fog, I cannot state them for you at this very moment.
How has your seizure medication affected you?
I did have one the other night though, and but I am so sorry to all of you guys that have those kind of seizures. I just can't state that kind because I haven't had very many of those, so I can't state the name of it.
No, it's fine.
So I'm very sorry.
But our second question was medication. How has the seizure medication affected you? Like, how has it affected you? Have you noticed anything different?
Well, this last seizure medication, I was feeling choking, like I was choking on my own spit. I felt like I was choking on my own spit. And so I started going into a panic attack. I was also having a seizure, and experiencing what my family experiencing me have a seizure at the same time, which has never happened before. So that's a new one. Let's see. I've had some other ones, medication wherever I've experienced major anger. Like one time they were doing some EEGs on me, and one of the tests, like they were doing an EEG and they had to cut some of the glue out of my hair, And I got so angry because, like, you do not cut my hair. Like, that's a big thing. You don't cut my hair. I have only cut my hair one time, and that was whenever I was a very, very little child. And so for him to cut my hair was a big deal, you know, like that was a big no-no.
Okay, now the other question will be: have you ever done natural remedies, and which ones, and how do you think they helped?
Well, I've done juicing, like juicing vegetables, juicing fruit, and I've also done like taking gluten out of my diet and taking pork out of my diet, and those have been some of the major things that have really, really helped me throughout the years. And also getting on the vegan diet has also been one of the things that have really helped me as well, because it's purified my body. And it's taken some of the toxins that were in my body before, and in my brain, out, that I was dealing with, and so that I didn't have to deal with so much brain fog. And also I found out that I was allergic to corn, slightly allergic to corn, and that most people are allergic to corn, and yes, and that they don't even realize how much they are allergic to corn. That people didn't realize how much they were allergic to corn before, because it was more pure back in the day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one will be: do you ever think there will be a cure for seizures, or have they ever lifted your spirit, saying, oh yeah, if you do this, this, and this, X, Y, and Z, you're going to be cured by this time?
Well, like whenever I was starting my,
or you know how they tell little kids, oh, their parents, oh, she'll grow out of it. Stuff like that.
Yeah, like whenever I was first starting to go into my preteen years, they told me, well, you know, like you're starting your preteen years, you know, we're going to start hormonal treatments, and like you're definitely going to stop having seizures. Like, this is a definite. We're going to stop having seizures. It's going to stop. And they started me on creams, you know, and all this different stuff. And like, just, wow. It was just like major no-no. Major no-no. Like, just, oh, it just blew my mind. Just how much it just blew me out of the water. I was just, I started my period, you know, I started going into places into my teenage years, you know, that I didn't want to go, you know. I went places, I have an older sister, and she's 10 years older than me, and I went there, you know, I was going there whenever she was going there, you know. And so, like, me and her kind of had to, like,
grow together.
We had to grow together. We had to share the same room and grow together and learn how to just be similar. And that was the hard thing.
Have you ever been bullied in public for having a seizure? Like they've said, oh, like you shouldn't be like just bullying people, just not being nice to you because of your seizures.
Definitely. Well, I mean, like whenever I was in 6th grade, whenever I was in 4th grade, my 4th grade teacher actually said, well, she's just bullying the other kids and she's faking having seizures. And this is not a real thing. She told my mom, this is not a real thing. She's just faking it. She's faking having seizures so that she can not do her schoolwork. Yeah, that's what she was telling my mom. And I was like, and I was spacing out so much that I literally could not keep my eye on a piece of paper. Like, that's how bad it was. And that's how, and my anger, like, I couldn't even be angry at her. Like, the teacher, she kept looking at me, and she would just, every time she would look at me, she would roll her eyes.
How disrespectful. I mean, that's trauma for you too.
Yeah. So they had to change teachers. And I asked my mom, like, does my teacher hate me? And she had to actually pull me out of school.
And homeschool you.
Yeah. Because, like, my mom said, no, she doesn't hate you, you know, like, but we're gonna homeschool you. Like, because she didn't want that trauma in my life. But she told me later that she actually did. I was like, wow.
Okay. How do you feel being kind of like frozen in time since you can't do common things? Let's say common things that everybody can do at your age. Or have done at your age, like.
Well, it takes you to it takes you to a secret place a lot of times. Sometimes, the Lord will show you some stuff and say, like you just have to realize, like, something is going to happen that you don't realize, you know, and you just have to be at you have to be at peace with it. And if you're not at peace with it, then you're going to drift away. You're going to drift away and you're going to be hurt. So.
Okay, another question would be your predictions through your dreams. Because you say you sometimes predict your seizures are going to happen from your dreams.
Yeah. Well, I've had dreams for a long time. I've had that since I was a child. And it wasn't necessarily always seizures. A lot of times it was, things that were happening in other people's lives, like people that needed prayer. Like the other day, I had a dream for my cousin that she really needed prayer, and
when you predicted that I was pregnant too.
I also predicted that she was going to be pregnant. And then she let me know that she was going to be pregnant. I predicted that my sister was going to be pregnant as well.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's cool.
but like that stuff comes through prayer, and it comes through a relationship with the Lord.
It does.
Like that comes with being with the Lord, like having, like knowing who you're talking to.
How have seizures affected your family life?
Oh, it's been really, really difficult. I mean, it's been a lot of the time my family thought I was taking advantage. My brother thought I was taking advantage. Now that my brother, he has children, it was really hard for him whenever he first had children, for him to even just let me just be the aunt that I am now, because he loved me so much and he wanted me to be there in their life, but he was protective of me, and he's always been protective of me, but he wanted to be protective of his kids as well. So it's hard to be both ways, So and like it goes that way with all of my brothers. I have 3 brothers, so like they're all very protective.
Yeah, you've told me that they're very protective of you.
Yes.
And who you're around as well.
Yes.
Have you ever noticed if your parents feel guilty because of your seizures? Like they feel like they're at fault. Like they feel guilty as a parent. I can tell you as a parent, I feel guilty when my babies get sick, when I notice something wrong with them, when the slight thing happens. Like I worry as a parent, but I also worry how it affects them, how it affects me, because how you're saying, like protecting your little ones, like protecting how you've been saying about bullying and all this. Like, do they ever feel, or have you noticed them feel guilty?
Well, I know that I've seen my parents just like sit there and pray and cry, like, and just like in tears, and just, I know that they're wondering, is it their fault, like, and so like I'll just, like, for a long time I sat there and I prayed with them, like, just, and say, like, Lord, like, don't let them blame themselves, like, and I would hold them close, hold them tight, like, please don't let them blame themselves, please lift them up, like, let me be an encouragement, let me show them love, let me be a love and a light, even though I have these seizures, and let me be the joy that you have put in my life. You named me Hannah Joy for a reason. Let me be Hannah Joy. And so I prayed that for a long time. And like, I know that my dad used to sit there and just weep, because like a lot of his siblings and stuff like that dealt with seizures, and it was like a generational curse type thing. Like, that's what they used to always say, is that it was like a generational curse. I know that several of my aunts and uncles, like, they died with seizures, and so like that was a big ordeal. Like, my uncle just passed away a couple months ago, and he died having seizures. So it's just, it's a big ordeal. my but I recently found out that it's not just on my father's side, it's also on my
Mother's side.
my mother's side.